Easy guys, Careless here, and today let's have a little chat about episode 82. Never forgive Son Goku, Toppo the Warrior of Injustice? Of Justice in Yeah, pretty straightforward episode I think. We got what we expected, or at least most of what we expected. And we know roughly what's gonna happen next. So the episode starts off really straightforwardly with what seems to be a trend, Goku getting shit. Toppo hates him and just not having any of him whatsoever. Says he's evil, you know. And Universe 11, they hate evil. I mean, he loves his planet, he loves his people, he loves his universe. And Goku has put all of that in threat. And it, Goku just is like, whatevs, are you gonna stop talking? Are we gonna start fighting? And this just pisses Toppo off further. Are we getting a real vibe for the Pride Troopers and what they stand for and how they approach stuff? I'm getting a real Power Rangers vibe, but you know, whatevs. So the fight actually does end up starting after a little back and forth, and it starts off with Goku just getting hammered for the first half of the episode, just getting punched. I mean, he gets his bloody arm dislocated. I mean, that's not to say that he's not trying. He went Super Saiyan straight away. He knows what Toppo can do, and he's fighting accordingly. But Toppo is just incredibly strong, and Goku gets beaten up left, right, and center. I mean, and that's pretty much the first half. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward, short thing. After that, though, into the second half, Toppo shows off his ultimate move, which is a grapple, and starts crushing Goku's bones. And it does look like Goku's out. Like this is what I thought was gonna happen. And then Goku was done, and it was going to be a short fight, and we're gonna get a real sense of how strong Universe 11 is. But the last minute, after Goku's dropped into base, he powers up into Super Saiyan Blue, and just starts beating the shit out of Toppo, left, right, and center, just pounding him around. It's just ridiculous how strong Super Saiyan Blue is. This, of course, means that Toppo realizes he actually has to go all out, powers up even more, so he wasn't even giving it his all at the time. And this forces a response from Goku to go Kaioken again. He just went Kaioken in the previous fight, but it doesn't seem to have bothered or affected him in any way, suggesting that his ability to control the Super Saiyan Blue and the Kaioken is essentially almost he's almost mastered it. It doesn't appear to having any effect on his stamina at all. And once he's in this form, it's just basically it's almost a done deal. Like Goku just pounding on Toppo left, right, and center, and he even pulls out a what looks like an instant transmission Kamehameha, a nice, slow, super powerful one. We got the instant transmission like teleport sound. However, he didn't use his hands to his head, which is what I was expecting. Yeah, and he used it quickly in the heat of battle, which makes me wonder if he's not only mastering Kaioken, but he's mastered instant transmission to such a point that it's now it's a usable fighting technique. Whereas beforehand, he said before that it just wasn't. We saw him use it once previous in the Zamasu arc, but that was about it. I mean, unless you guys think differently. I mean, if you've got any suggestions or comments on what happened then, please leave them down below. I'm interested to know what you guys think. He does this, and then everything's about to get like super real, and they're about to go like in on each other, and out of nowhere, fight stopped. Like what? Turns out Grand Priest is like, no, 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 we need to stop this fight before like somebody gets killed. The Zenos are like, what are you doing? And Grand Priest is like, look, you want a badass fight for the Power of Tournament? We need to keep these guys alive, like at least until then. And they're like, as long as it makes the tournament better. And he's like, trust me, it will. And they're like, cool, not a problem. Call it. Let's do it. And that's really the whole fight. I mean, like I said, this episode was a fairly standard one. We didn't get anything new or truly shocking. And I think it was really just to give a measure of how strong Goku is against one of the best that Universe 11 has to offer. And at this point, Goku assumes that Toppo is the strongest that Universe 11. And he finds out that this just isn't the case. He goes to try and shake Toppo's hand and be like, badass fight, you're a strong ass warrior. I want to shake your hand, give you the respect you deserve. Toppo's like, look, the fact that I make you happy disgusts me. You are pure evil and I like to destroy evil. Refused to shake his hand, but does want to tell him, he's like, I'm not even the strongest my universe has to offer. Like, not even close. There's my best mate called Jiren. I think it's Jiren. I'm probably butchering the name. Who's even stronger. And if you're only as strong as me, you're in trouble. Of course, I don't think that to be the case. I mean, Goku, main character, not the case. However, we don't know how much power Goku was putting against Toppo. I would probably, I guess, if we're going to have to put a number to it, maybe 80%. We saw a base form Kaioken fight. Didn't see times 10. And we didn't see any like super new techniques. Although I imagine in the Tournament of Power we'll see both. That sort of concludes the fight, but the Grand Priest does say that like the Tournament of Power will be going ahead, and shocker, 40 hours. So 40 hours. 1.5 days? Yeah. No, 1 2/3 day, like in the show. So Goku has to, within just short 2 days, find another another 7 warriors. Even Goku's surprised. Everyone is. They're like uneasy. That's not a whole lot of time to get your group together, form a strategy, train, whatever it is that you would want to do. People are going to have to come as they are, more or less. And Beerus is pissed at this point. He's just absolute pissed. He's like, I'm going to go like shovel my face. If my universe is going down, I might as well eat all the good food before the good food is gone. There is even a really funny bit right at the end where Beerus tries to get Whis to bribe his dad to save the universe, and Whis is like, "Shut up, you stupid," which was hilarious. I was just like, Beerus has like no shame whatsoever, and it was hilarious. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. We see it end on the Grand Priest basically building universe, building the arena in the Void World, which looks really cool. There's still been no real like if it's going to go any further. I mean, I know a lot of people have been speculating on the Grand Priest, but so far he seems to be just doing his job, and maybe that's all that was ever going to be the case. Obviously, we then get the credits, and it rolls into the sneaky peek of the next episode, which looks like it's just going to be a really calm episode before we lead into the Tournament of Power. I imagine 2 episodes before the Tournament of Power. I know spoilers are out there, but I haven't checked them all out yet. So it goes into that, and we see 2 things that are really important. One, we see Vegeta's new baby, Vegeta and Bulma's little girl with a spiky hair. Obviously, this is going to be Bulla or Bra, depending on translation. And so I think this will be a nice chill episode. And we see the most interesting part of this. We see Krillin fighting what looks like Lavender. And I'm curious to see if the universe is a training, or if this is like a mental mind palace or something that the hyperbolic time chamber is set up. I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys think on that. Excuse me. Again, leave your comments in down below. And yeah, that's pretty much the episode. I'd say it was a pretty standard episode, nothing too spectacular. Animation was a little shaky in places, which wasn't great. Otherwise, a fantastic episode. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. And I will catch you next week for next week's episode. Yeah. Until then, peace.